Me, Wheely F4te, the first of many RuneScape Ironman accounts that I'll be making to speedrun specific items generated at random from a spinning wheel. I've added some of the rarest items that take hundreds of hours to attain, as well as a couple easy items for a lucky break. I'll spin for every gear slot and generate my dream gear! Once I attain every item spun, with no exceptions, I'm gonna defeat Fight Caves, at least doing 1 point of damage with my dream gear to Jad before defeating him. Our goal is simple, but attaining it will be anything but. As a speed-running Ironman, I'll be min-maxing to get these items as fast as possible and keep the content flowing. Some of these items will require an insane amount of luck and patience to acquire, while some will just take me a couple hours. It's all up to the Wheel of Fate. First things first, we gotta spin for our first set of Dream Gear! I've made a wheel for each slot, so let's start spinning to see what we're getting. All right, first up, we're gonna spin for our weapon slot, and we get the Gothic Staff. Okay, that's actually a really lucky break in the weapon department, but it's gonna make Jad an interesting challenge. I'm not super confident on being able to do the entirety of Fight Caves with the Claws of Gothics, I'm gonna be real with you. So we'll see how feasible that is later. Either way, this is an easy item that won't take long since we just need 60 mage and some blood runes to unlock. That's a great start. Next up, we're gonna roll our shield slot. Hollowed Focus. Okay, wow, actually, this isn't too bad at all. This isn't gonna be that complicated. We just gotta do the Hollowed Sepulcher and get enough tokens to unlock the Lantern. However, unlocking the Sepulcher is gonna be the one that's hard. It's gonna take some time. It requires Sins of the Father, which is a pretty tough quest with a lot of prerequisites. For a fresh Ironman, that's gonna take a little bit of time. I'll have to get my account pretty far before getting this, but I already love how I'm kind of putting together a route in my head for the items I'm going for. This is kind of a nice mid-late goal, I think, to go for. So far, we've been pretty lucky with these rolls. We could be rolling raid items right now, so I'm gonna take whatever we can get. All right, let's roll for our cape. We've got some doozies on this wheel, so let's pray we don't get the Infernal Cape. Oh God. I am filled with an insane amount of regret for putting this on the wheel. Guys, the RDK4 requires a ton of crazy high stats, including 90 agility. Oh my God, I'm gonna have to get 90 agility. I only have 75 on my main. I hate that skill. Hey, well, you know, I guess I'll have the Hollowed Sepulcher unlocked by then, so that'll at least be interesting. Oh my God, this is becoming an agility pure. Well, this is gonna be one of the last items we get. I knew we wouldn't be lucky forever. I'm not gonna think too much about this right now. We'll talk about this later. All right, let's roll for a ring. Hopefully we don't get the Desert Treasure 2 rings. Oh wow, another Hollowed Sepulcher item. Actually, this is pretty awesome. This account is such an agility pure right now, I hate it. I can't wait to do all this agility, guys. Oh man, so many agility laps. What an interesting video concept I'm making. This is great content, isn't it? Please like, share, subscribe. On the real though, that's insanely lucky I got this ring because it's gonna be super easy to get and not out of my way at all. I would say this is a super lucky roll considering some of the competition. But this is dope. I don't even need to get a super high crafting level for any rings. And speaking of crafting, let's roll our necklace slot. Yo, we are getting mega spooned on this account. I'm not gonna lie, we are getting some very lucky spins here. Guys, I can make a games necklace after like 2 hours of playing. This is a dope early game item for an Ironman, so we can probably get that by the end of this episode. This is so cool! Every roll is really adding a level of complication to this account that I'm super here for. This is a perfect early game goal. Let's keep that luck going and roll for our helmet. Oh, the Dragon Mask. Well, this is our first treasure trail item. I have a bunch on here. I'm gonna leave it up to any dragon mask, since hunting a specific one would probably be the death of me. But all things considered, I'll have to find a way to hunt clues and do some quests to get, you know, to be efficient with these clues. I've kind of looked already, and I think like Sarachnis and, you know, like Scotizo and some Ninja Implings are a good way to farm clues. So that's like a completely different side of content that I get to do here. Now we get to hunt some hard clues. It's gonna be more of a mid-late game, and it's probably gonna require me to do a couple more quests. So that adds on a lot of cool content to this account. Just based on my luck though, this could be one of the last items I get. I could get the RDK4 way before this one. Who knows? It just kind of really depends on how lucky I get. Next up, we're gonna roll our boots. Bunny slippers. I totally forgot about this. So I thought this was a clue scroll item, but it looks like bunny feet are only unlocked if you do the Easter event. And considering it's August, that's like more than 6 months away, so I guess depending on my luck with some of these other items, I could still be playing this account. But I think if we have this item as the last one, if we get spooned on everything and this is just the last item we're waiting on, maybe we should just re-roll it so that we can finish the series before, Easter comes around. Again, that's kind of a timing thing, so for now I'm just gonna leave it. That's a super easy unlock, probably one of the easiest. It's just kind of gated behind time right now. So let me know what you guys think, if we should re-roll the boots or not. These are also super unhelpful for Jad, so that's great. Up next, we're gonna roll our leg slot. Carol's skirt? Dude, that's actually so perfect. Yes! Dude, this is the perfect medium level grind for this account. We're looking at some kind of mid to late game stuff right now, but this is 1, great for Jad, 2, just a great skirt to get in general, and 3, gives me a reason to do barrows, and I love doing barrows. So that means we can get the Ivan staff and do all those things to do it semi-quickly. At the same time though, I am gonna be hunting one item, and I could easily go 15, 2,000 chests dry, getting literally everything else but the skirt. On my other Ironman account, I went like 700 chests before I got my Carol's top. So it's definitely possible that I could go mega dry on this. Either way, that means I get to collect more tank items for training. All of the barrows gear besides Toregs is super useful, so that's dope. And you get a bunch of runes. Maybe gives me a reason to do Morty hard just based on the path I'm seeing so far. I don't know, this is just great. This is so perfect. It's a great in between some of the Sepulture and Dragon mask, but I absolutely love this item. This account is turning out to be really interesting and I love it. All right, let's roll for the chest. Bando's chest plate. Oh, that's actually gonna be really tough. For those who don't know, Bando's on a solo Ironman is really hard. It's a tough thing to pull off. I'm really gonna have to think about how I'm gonna do this because I'm gonna have to be strong enough to actually solo Bandos. One of the most easy ways to do Bandos is with a Bofa, but that is a whole nother monster grind in itself. So I don't know, I might be able to get away with like 1 or 2 kill trips on higher combat stats, with melee gear. Right now I don't need to go for any Slayer weapons, so I don't know what weapon I could get to actually kill Bandos with. This is something I'm gonna have to think about a little more. This is interesting. This is gonna be one of the last items I get to for sure. It's gonna either be this or the Dragon Mask because it's going to take a long time. I'm barely ready for Bandos on my main Ironman. It has months and months of playtime on it. I don't know it off the top of my head, but I was really hoping that I wouldn't get this. I do see some ways that it synchronizes with some of these other goals. I'm probably gonna need some Barrows gear to be able to tank that. Carol's top is great for Bandos, so there's all that. But yeah, I don't hate this. I think this is really good, and it's a piece of armor with good stats to it, which we desperately need for the fight caves. Finally, we are going to roll the glove slot. No! When I put this on the wheel, I was like, oh yeah, that would suck, right? As anyone would think. I really didn't think about it, I really didn't think about what the consequences of putting this on the wheel would be, and now I have to suffer them. I have to suffer the consequences of my stupid actions. For those of you who don't realize how I am, let me break it down for you. The Dragonstone Gauntlets are a rare item attained from the Enhanced Crystal Chest. The drop rate of these gloves are 1 in 2,500. This chest is located in Prifddinas, which requires the Song of the Elves, meaning I need to get 70 Hunter, Agility, Construction, Woodcutting, Mining, and Smithing, as well as at least 80 Magic and Desert Treasure for the Fragment of Saren fight. That's just to get to the chest. Each key for this chest requires a crystal key and 10 crystal shards. And to be on rate, I'm going to have to acquire 25,000 crystal shards and 2,500 crystal keys. Farming crystal keys won't be a quick process, and getting 25,000 crystal shards means I have to pickpocket elves past 99 or do the Corrupted Gauntlet a ton. I got around 3,000 shards in 650 chests on my main Ironman, and that took me over 2 months, so that's fun. I've never tried pickpocketing for shards, but I think that's the fastest way to get it with the Rogue's outfit. Oh, this is a tough one. but actually kind of weirdly resonates with the Bandos chest piece and the Artie Cape 4. A lot of the requirements for Song of the Elves are tasks for the Artie Diary, and if I do Corrupted Gauntlet for shards, there's a chance I could get the Enhanced Seed and Armor Seeds and be able to 6-0 with the Bofa at Bandos. Or maybe a Blade of Saildor, I don't know. I don't know how it's gonna work, but there's already stuff going through my head that I'm thinking that actually kind of resonates. I think this isn't horrible. I could go unbelievably dry at this, so I think if we cap it to 2,500 chests, and if we don't get it past that, I'm just gonna say GG and get Barrow's gloves and finish the fight caves. Because getting 2,500 chests is already gonna take forever, and I don't wanna just get stuck on that for this series. It might be something I do AFK to finish out while I start a new account, but this is a tough one. Well, that really wraps up our first spins for our first ever set of Dream Gear! This account is gonna take a good amount of time, but I am so excited to get working on it. We know what we want. Our dream gear is in front of us, and we have to get it as fast as possible. So now, it's just time to start. I really hope we get lucky and don't suffer my notoriously horrible RNG that I have on my main Ironman. So without further ado, let's get started.
Alright, so here we are on the Ironman, and in the account Wheely F4te, I was going to have A instead of the 4, but I have A as my, move the camera, and it wouldn't count, which I never realized was a thing. So yeah, I just did 4 for gamer. But yeah, this is Wheely F4te. We're gonna go do the, the thing where you get your armor. Boom. Soon, we'll go from this to this with, the items too. But that doesn't, I can't do that on Transmog. From this to this. Alrighty, we got that bag secured, and now we are going to head over to the Mage Shop in Varrock, buy some Mind Runes, come back here to the Barbarian Village. I'm going to dump off my armor. I should have done that first, but I didn't. I'm going to do potentially either Murder Mystery or I think it's Observatory. I think between those two, I should be pretty close. But yeah, after this, after I get a couple magic levels here, we'll go and knock those quests out. Bada bing. What's this guy doing here? He was attacking me. That's rude. They're just a mugger running around here? This guy okay with him? Oh, that's why he's got his doors closed. Jeez. Varrock ain't what he used to be, I guess. Okay, we got some runes. Now we're running over to Zaf to buy a staff. I didn't get too many runes. I think this should be roughly enough to get level 7 or 8. Early game cash is just really hard, so before I get all, I need to get tools and all that kind of stuff, so we're going to be a little frugal with our money starting out. Let's get that Staff of Fire. Boom. And here we are, best in slot, level 3 Ironman magic build.
Just hit level 9 magic, but I realized this whole time I was actually recording on the wrong microphone. It was capturing my webcam audio, so that's cool. So now I should be sounding a lot better. My bad. Whoops. Just hit level 10, and I just did the Molly random event and got 2 emeralds, which is actually pretty dope. It's going to be very useful. This is why we do randoms. All right, we are back. I took a couple days, not off technically, but I had a wedding to go to and the Grand Canyon to go see with my fiance. Was super dope, but low-key, I was just kind of thinking about all of the progress I wanted to make on this account. I got some levels done, just some AFK stuff while I was waiting at the airport. Oh, boom. Okay, so that's Murder Mystery done. We're now level 18 crafting. We need 4 more levels. I think making flax might be our best option since we are super close to Camelot. So while we do that, I'll just keep kind of explaining what's going on in general. So if you look, here are my stats. So yeah, I ended up doing agility, just kind of AFK at the airport whenever I had a couple minutes, and just after doing rooftop agility, I got to 40 and then stopped so that I can go do the Canifis agility course after I get the games necklace. So we got 40 agility, a couple more spins here, and we're gonna get the level. Let's see it. Boom! 22 crafting. We can now make the sapphire necklace. However, we are into our next problem. That being, we don't have any gold. And since I don't have 40 mining and don't feel like getting 40 mining, we are gonna do the waterfall quest, but first we're gonna do the witch's house so that we don't get one shot by the fire giant. So I'm gonna do those 2 quests and then we're gonna make it. So I just got done defeating the guys, but if you'll notice, I don't have any air runes. That's because I had exactly the right amount of air runes to finish this. Literally, I had to hit a 5 on my last hit, and I hit a 5. So, calculated, easy game. I definitely didn't die twice. Whoa. That just broke for some reason. I definitely didn't die twice. Let's finish this quest. Alright, that's Witch's House done. 4 quest points, 6,000 hit points experience. And we are now level 25 hit points. That's awesome. Combat level 17. 20 magic, 25 hit points. Let's go do waterfall. You know, I think one of the worst parts about early game, old school RuneScape is just how much you just have to walk or run everywhere. Like getting this 40 agility was just such a good call because it's just such a pain in the butt to go anywhere. All right, 2 more shrimp here and then we've got a nice level. 1 more shrimp to 15 fishing, 1 more, and here it is, 15 fishing, a nice unlock. I decided to go for 15 quick, just to, 1, get a little bit of food. It's kind of nice with this fire here from the forestry guy. You can just cook your shrimp and move on. So now we have a little bit of bad food, but the good thing about 15 fishing is that we can now use, where is it? We can now use the fishing trawler teleport, which is actually very nice. Good teleport before we get the Artie Cape. Total level 161. We've just been chunking out a couple different levels, but excited to get that waterfall done to actually start having a little bit of power on this account. It'll be nice. Yeah, there we go. Teleporting to the fishing trawler. You know, it's little things like this that make you think, yeah, game good. This is actually one of my favorite spots to teleport to. I'll teleport here all the time on my Ironman because the bank's right here, and you know you got the charter and you know the high quality game of fishing trawler. We all love that one. Some of the highest intellectuals of the game meet there to conduct discussions of grand intellect. So now we are gonna go and do the waterfall quest. I have to stop at the bank, and we'll be right back when that's done. Okay, here we go. This is the one that separates the monkeys from everyone else. Can you resist left clicking on this guy? Look at it. There's an arrow over it. You gotta click it. Or do you read? Like a sophisticated guy. Are we sophisticated or not? We read, fellas, we read. Use Glariel's urn on the chalice. Carefully put it on, and there we go. The quest that everybody does, waterfall quest. Super useful. These diamonds will be useful later. The gold bars are pog because now we can go make our sapphire amulet and get this done. 12 quest points, and we go to 30 attack and 30 strength. 27 combat, 25 hit points, 30 attack, 30 strength, 20 magic, 12 hours played. Horrible timing. You guys don't realize how many times I died at this quest. I never claimed to be good at this game. I have a tenacious heart sometimes. So yeah, I'll be live streaming this content moving forward after this video is released. Come through, flame me, realize how bad I actually am at this game. It's not going to be efficient at all. I'm telling you now. All right, fellas, it's time to make our games necklace. All we got to do is get a cosmic rune, and then we can make this bad boy. Let's get it. All right, everybody, it's time. We've done our chores. We can do it. Let's unlock our first piece of Dream Gear. Straight to the bank. I don't know why I didn't grab it before. Got my trusty dusty cosmic rune. And now we cast Enchant on our sapphire necklace. Dream Gear unlocked! Look at this guy. Look at this game's necklace. I've never seen a necklace better. It's the one I always wanted since I was a baby. Wheely always wanted this. This is the first step of many though. Next we're going to be unlocking the Gothic staff, probably, and doing a whole lot of quests. So yeah, that's probably where the next few videos are gonna go. Honestly, I'm just super pumped just to see this. We've got 1 down and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 to go. It's gonna get really hard, but I'm just looking towards the next goal, and that's definitely gonna be the Gothic staff. Maybe. No, we'll get probably a pretty high agility level, but probably not get close to the Sepulchre yet. We're still a little ways off from being able to complete Sins of the Father. I'm gonna look how I could possibly min-max that. I saw some things for min-maxing Song of the Elves that might help me get Song of the Elves done a couple hours earlier than I normally would. So that's exciting. Saw an interesting conversation about that on the Reddit. We did it, guys. I unlocked a games necklace on a fresh Ironman in 12 hours and 17 minutes. Tell me you can do it faster. This is so cool. Guys, I'm so excited about this account. Honestly, like the Gothic staff it'll take a little bit of time for me to get there, because I mean 60 magic isn't gonna just happen. I gotta get money for runes, and there's a decent amount of things I'm gonna have to do, which is dope. I live for these random distractions. I don't want to overthink it. I kind of just want to have the path present itself towards me. So right now it's just seeming like we need to do a lot of quests, just get those free early quick levels so that we can, I mean, there's just most skills I'm gonna have to get up here to at least 70. There's no point really overthinking it. The only thing we really don't have to prioritize is Slayer, like I had said. So that's exciting. A lot of cool things to look forward to. This account has seriously just begun. If you are vibing with this series and this concept, I think it's kind of a cool idea to, it'll be a longer series. I mean, if I can get things going, I could potentially do 2 accounts at once. So that's kind of interesting. So I am going to be streaming. So once this video drops, I'll be streaming every night, Central Time-ish, probably around 6:30, 7-ish to midnight, 2 a.m., just kind of depending on how late I stay up, but kind of that like 7 to 2 a.m. time slot. Come on by, tell me how you think the series is going. Any ideas for what to do next? I would love for this to be like a community-driven thing of theory crafting and people coming together to try to figure out how to make this account get to the gear we want as quickly as possible, and then move on, right? Anything I can do to shave off hours for the Dragonstone gauntlets, that's going to be potentially thousands of hours. So I would love for you guys to help out and help me get that faster so we can produce more content for you all to enjoy. So come around, stick around, and thanks for supporting the video so far. And here's to the first of many to come.